You are now listening to Dear Dope Chick, a weekly podcast created to inspire and energize women to live life on their own terms. I'm your host, Felicia, and here's today's dose of dope. Dear Dope Chick, welcome and welcome back. How you feeling today? How you living today? Are you ready today to take some action? For those of you who are new here, who haven't been here in quite a while, or have been rocking with me since day one, Dear Dope Chick is an action-based podcast. So what does that mean? That means that every single episode, you are challenged to take one step that aligns with living life on your own terms. That means you're taking one step today. You can say it's big, you can say it's small, it doesn't even matter. You're taking that one step today that aligns with the lifestyle that you most desire. Something can be done about your current situation. You may not be able to alter all of your circumstances that you're facing right now. Some of those things are beyond your control. But what you can do is something about your current situation. And that starts with changing your course of action. That takes you. You have to be an active and willing participant in your life. You have to make intentional decisions. I say you have to, but it's your choice. So you can choose today to say, the hell with this, I'm done, I want something different for myself. Or you can continue to do what you've been doing and getting the same results that you've been getting. You owe it to yourself to steer your life in the direction that you've always wanted to go. And you can do that for yourself today. An encourager, I am. An author of my own life, I am, but not of yours. So you have to decide what's in today's chapter. How will today's chapter read? What do I want to include in today's chapter? That's on you. It may be easier for you to write this chapter when you find out what today's action is. So today's action is to remember 2 words. There is. When you find yourself in a bind, stuck, or otherwise optionless, remember that there is. There is a chance for you to start over. There is another way to approach the situation. There is hope. There is someone out there for you. There is a significant amount of clarity in acceptance. There is an opportunity in every challenge. There is healing in love. There is a space for you to hold peace, love, and joy in your heart. There is value in fear. Within you, there is value, there is purpose, and there is passion. There is can also sound like there are. There are possibilities that you haven't explored yet. There are people out there who have gone through something similar to what you're facing right now. When we remember that there is or there are, we acknowledge this simple truth. We have options. You have options, okay? You have options for your life. There's no real reason why we're out here looping in the same cycles if we want different for ourselves, because we have options. There is no real value in wanting to live our lives on our own terms, yet refusing to align our actions with said goal. Why are we not switching over how we act with who we say we are? We have options. We don't have to continue the same lifestyle. There is no real purpose in complaining about how tired we are when we won't take time to rest. We have options. Yes, we can choose different for ourselves because we have options. There are options. There is another way. Over the course of the week, notice how there is and there are play well together with what I like to learn. I want you to introduce that part as well. So you have there is and there are, and then would I like to learn. Making a there is or there are statement isn't what gets us out of our binds. It's not what gets us unstuck, and it's not the way, the only way. That's a start, but it's not the action step needed to see the sea of possibilities that awaits us. What takes us to another space and time, to another plane, to a different lifestyle, to a different timeline, is using the phrases there is and there are with the phrase, would I like to learn? Would I like to learn is a gateway to action. With would I like to learn, we are one step closer to making a life altering move. What I like to learn gives us permission to explore depths once unknown and to take the first step in familiarizing ourselves with a different perspective. What I like to learn gently nudges us to question our existing motives, our existing values, our existing beliefs, and to see if they truly align with who we are at our core. It is a way that we can see how open we are to other possibilities. Would I like to learn? Asking yourself, would I like to learn? It shows how open you are. Are you there yet? Are you ready to do that? You can determine a lot from would I like to learn. For example, you and your friend are disagreeing and it's getting a little tense. Seemingly, the conversation is going nowhere, yet it's also going awry at the same time. So, what's next? This is where you can implore there is slash there are and would I like to learn. For example, there is a resolve. There is a way for you all to resolve this. Would I like to learn how to peacefully resolve this situation? Would you? Are you open to that? And if you are, what's the next step? What do you do? Maybe the first step, the next step, should I say, is asking that person, would you like to resolve this? It doesn't seem like we're going anywhere, and I would love to get a resolution. Maybe your resolution is knowing that there are different perspectives out there, acknowledging that there are two ways to see this, maybe more than two ways, but there are at least two ways, because right now you guys are talking about two different perspectives. So there are other perspectives. Would I like to learn more about the perspective my friend currently holds? Do I want to learn more about what they have to say? Am I open to that? And if you are open to that, then you can share your respective perspectives. Let's say you share your perspectives and you still don't see eye to eye. There is a way for you all to be friends after this. Quite possibly, if you want to. Would I like to learn more about what I'm looking for in a friendship? Would I like to continue this friendship with this person? Would I like to learn how to respectfully agree to disagree? Would I like to learn how to listen without reacting? Would I like to learn more about the ways that I can resolve conflict? Because ultimately, resolve is what you want to come to. But also, because that is your friend, there is a way to connect with them. There is a way, even when you're not seeing eye to eye, there is a way to connect. What is that way? Would I like to explore more? Would I like to learn how to connect with this person, even though we don't see eye to eye, even though we have separate perspectives, even though we do not share the same ideals or same ideas about this thing? Would I like to learn how we can connect? So my final thoughts are this. There is another way. There are multiple ways to solve a problem. There is your way and a million other ways to live your life and to get what your heart most desires. There's no one person that has taken the exact same steps as you, to have the exact same lifestyle as you in this world. Everybody is getting it how they get it. All of our actions are different. We may arrive at the same place in similar timing or even light years away from one another, but understand that there is no one way to do it. There's no one way to live your life. There's no one way to get what your heart most desires. Don't tell yourself or try to convince yourself that your current perspective is sufficient enough to carry you throughout your life. Change is inevitable. Whether you want to change or not, that is up to you. But I'm going to tell you, around you, people are changing. Nature is changing. The world is changing before your eyes. You can stay stuck and be who you are and say, I'm not open to this. I don't care about that. I don't want to learn anything about that. Your way of resistance is your choice. That's what you decide. You can make it harder for yourself, or you can decide to move with ease in life. Go out there and learn something new today by asking yourself, would I like to learn something new? That's the first step. Would I like to learn something new today? Are you open to learning something new today? There is always more to learn, more to experience, more to explore, and more to uncover. Be open to the possibilities. Would I like to learn? Is you asking yourself, are you open to learning more? Are you? Are you open to learning more? Do you want to know more? Are you willing to change? Are you willing to see a different perspective? When someone shares a different perspective with you, or when you open your eyes to see maybe a point of view you have never seen before, you are opening yourself up to change. You are giving yourself a chance to do something different because you know different now. There's a level of understanding that you didn't have before, not before that moment that you decided to be open. So you are giving yourself a chance to evolve, a chance to grow, a chance to see life from a different lens. Are you willing to continue learning today? Lastly, there are many challenges that you have already overcome and many more that are coming your way. So far, you've slaughtered every challenge thrown your way. Obviously, because you are still standing, you are still here. Nothing has gotten in your way to the point of demise. The question now is, do you have faith in yourself to keep approaching these challenges with the belief that sooner or later you will be on the other side of them? There is another way. Ask yourself, today, would I like to learn exactly what I'm made of? I thank you for showing up today, for taking the time to listen, to learn, to explore, to be willing to explore, to be open to different possibilities, to different perspectives, to a new way of seeing life. And most importantly, I thank you for being you. I'll see you in the next episode. For more dope messages, be sure to visit adailydoseofdope.com and become a member. Also, cop your dope merch at deardopechick.com and follow us on all of our social media at Dear Dope Chick, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Thank you so much for listening, and as always, be you, be dope. Love, P.